Justice League Dark number 18, written by Jeff Lemire and Ray Fox, art by Mikkel Janin. So this is the final part of the Death of Magic. And last issue we had the attack from Tim Hunter and his magical army on the science people. All the worlds are being torn apart, and more directly, Constantine and crew are jumping out of an exploding building. And we see all that stuff still going on, as well as the part in the real world, quote unquote, where Tim Hunter's dad is going to cross over to tell them how to fix things. So we see Constantine and crew jumping out of this building, the gates of Epoch, and they, it's super high up. They're coming down into some woods, and they somehow manage to survive. And once they land, Frankenstein is the first to shoot up, and he's like, hey, guys, everyone at attention, because we're still being attacked. So a bunch of the Epoch soldiers come in, and Frankenstein just takes them down single-handedly. And they're like, okay, now that that's taken care of, we got to go find Zatanna and Tim. And we cut over to the scene of the battle where Zatanna's like, hey, my spell is telling me that John and everyone else is at the tall tower at the edge of the city. And Tim's like, well, you can deal with that. I'm going to lead these people to freedom, whatever. And this huge giant ship shows up, starts firing down lasers. Zatanna does a spell to protect them and then says, hey, we got to hide. We got to get out of here. And Tim's like, no, they should hide from me. And he uses some magical ability to basically destroy all these ships out of the sky. Vicar, who is saying, all right, everyone concentrate on the boy. He's the source of all this. He sees this electrical storm that's tearing apart the worlds is also destroying this nearby city that has a lot of people in it. And he's like, hey, network, where's my electromagnetic shielding? And the network's like, oh, offline, this horrible thing. And so Vicar has to make the choice. All of these people are in danger. He goes back and he tells the army priorities to protect the citizens, which then Tim is like, yes, they're retreating. Let's go. Let's attack. Let's do this. But Zatanna sees like, there's a lot of innocent death over there. We need to go save them. So at that point, Zatanna goes off. She casts a magic spell to protect the people in the city and tells Vicar to basically help whoever he can while she's holding off the storm. So Tim sees that Zatanna is going off to do the right thing, more or less, and just like, wait, everyone, time out? No, please stop the attack. No, I don't, we need to stop this. I don't want this anymore. So he's just tearfully sobbing for everyone to stop the killing. The rest of the crew sees this battle going on, and they're like, okay, I don't really think there's anything that we can do about that directly, so maybe we just chill out here for a while. And then all of a sudden, Tim's dad, Jack, he shows up, and he's like, Constantine, hey, where's my son? And he's like, oh, he's up there in the middle of the fight. And so he's like, yeah, all right, I got a plan. So he flies up, and he uses some magic of his own to basically stop everyone mid what they're doing. The entire battle just freezes midair. And he goes over to Tim, and he's like, hey, look, I didn't want this magic life for you. Like, yeah, I know about it. I did some stuff with it, but I didn't want this for you. But if we're in this, then we're in this. So we've just got to deal with it. Now, what we need to do to save the world is take all of our magic, as much as we can do, focus it into a beam, and just blow it off into deep space. Like, we just need it off planet. That's the only thing we got to do. Got it? And so on the count of 3, they fire off beams together, and it goes on for like 20 minutes, where Constantine makes the point that even any powerful mage that was stuck in that beam for more than a few seconds would be dead, and they fired it off for 20 minutes. So at the very end, the magic's gone, the storms have subsided, and basically everyone's just cool with each other. Like, Vicar's like, oh no, you guys are chill. You helped save the town. Maybe there is some room for understanding or whatnot. So we just get a huge wrap-up scene. Tim and his dad decide to stay on this side in order to basically rebuild and try to get the world back to a better place. Constantine, while he's still unable to lie, apparently said some things to Zatanna that she's going to remember and use against him later. And so they all zap their way back, and we see that Constantine's basically recounting the story to Johnny Peril, and Peril's like, okay, well, is there anything else you still have to do? And they say, okay, well, Red Orchid and, or was it Black Orchid? One of the orchids. And Xanadu, they're not mentally better after all this. Like, they experience things on that side that are going to mess with them. And the second thing, of course, is his relationship with Zatanna. And Zatanna's like, hey, I just want to tell you, you don't gotta say anything. And Constantine's like, no, Zatanna, I really do have to say something. And he turns to Steve Trevor and just like, we're done. We're not working with you anymore. This is it. You can take all your magical playtime stuff. We're done. Put all the stuff in the black room. Don't contact us again. And he starts walking his way to the House of Mystery. And Steve Trevor's like, oh, if you turn your back on us, you turn your back on Argus. And that means the Justice League. And he's like, I'm sorry. You think we care? We're going to do our own thing now. Screw you. And he walks in the House of Mystery with the whole team. And that's that. Issue over. I liked it. I think it wrapped stuff. Well, okay, here's the thing. I think it wrapped up the Tim Hunter storyline with his father and all that, and the world tearing apart story. I think those wrapped up very nicely. I don't think it wrapped up the fact that people had their powers haywire and they just got better. Like Xanadu just came back to the world and, oh, yep, she de-aged, no problem. And the Vicar storyline, the fact that there was this science community. Like, I said that Vicar like accepted them now, but in reality that was only a narration box. We never actually saw that. So it was definitely more tell not show, and I really would have appreciated a bit more on that. So while a couple of the plot lines wrapped up nicely, I think the other ones are just kind of left dangling. And it's fair, I don't think that they needed to wrap up every plot line, but it did feel a little more disappointing than I would have liked at that point. So yeah, overall, I'll give it a 7.5. I liked more of it than I disliked, and I still think it was a solid issue overall. But in terms of the entire arc, it just left a bit too much dangling for me to say that it was a fantastically well done arc. This isn't one of the like all-timers for Justice League Dark. It's just a interesting little point of here's where the story continues on. So yeah, good but not great.